Hi everyone, and welcome to our practice today. This morning I'm going to be doing a slower style of yoga. It's particularly good if you are a runner, and also really good for building up flexibility. So we'll be holding the stretches for a little bit longer, kind of like yin-yin style. So I will be using a cushion for this at the end of the class. Even a cushion or pillow from your bed if you have one that's a nice size, and you can double up on that if you want. Just towards the end of the practice it might make the pose more accessible and more comfortable if you want to go and grab that. We're going to begin in a cross-legged position, coming to the middle of your mat. Bringing legs one in front of the other and just finding this nice grounding pose. Balancing and grounding through the sit bones. Inhale as you draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale as you loop them down the spine. Just bringing palms facing up towards the sky, resting the hands in your lap and just gently closing the eyes here. Finding stillness. Slowly drawing the awareness to where you are right now in this moment. Taking this time to fully arrive at the mat. For whatever reason you have come. And just sitting with this for a moment. Keeping eyes closed here, we're just going to draw the middle finger in to touch the thumb, bringing in a mudra into our practice today. So pressing against the thumb with your middle finger, bringing in our Shuni mudra. Uniting the elements of fire and connection in the body. This mudra helps us to develop patience, understanding, and stability within. Patience towards yourself and others. Particularly around this time, you may feel your patience is being tested quite a lot. So this may help to develop that compassion to yourself, that understanding and trust that this too shall pass, that nothing is ever permanent. So just embracing this mudra now as you bring in that stability, that fire within, connecting to your breath now as you observe each inhale and exhale, allowing yourself to grow tall throughout the spine. You feel this strong energetic line coming up through the crown of the head, as if somebody is pulling you up by a string. Just observing the breath here without changing it in any way, just noticing what's happening. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears and really broadening through the collarbone here. I'm just going to start to really deepen the breath, slow it down. So here I'm going to ask or invite you to take an inhale for 4 counts. Take a slight pause, and as you exhale out, exhaling for 4 counts also. So when you're ready, take a nice deep inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for a moment. Exhale side out for 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're ready, on an inhale, through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for a moment. Exhale, release, side out for 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just beginning to tap into your Ujjayi breath now if you wish. Feeling that constriction at the back of the throat, so keeping those slow counts here, and don't worry if 4 counts is too much, you can reduce it to 3 or 2, you can also extend it if you wish. It's just really tuning into your own body now, to your own breath, making that connection to the prana within. And coming back to your Ujjayi breath as you feel that constriction at the back of the throat, this ocean breath. So your breath should be audible to you as you exhale, keeping the mouth closed, exhaling through the nose as well as the inhale. Good job, nice slow breath. Creating that lovely warmth within. Also creating that lovely deep sense of calm and relaxation throughout the entire body. Developing stability throughout the mind and body. And when you're ready, slowly inviting in an intention for your practice today. Inviting which intention resonates with you. Maybe beginning your mantra with I am or I choose to be. For me today, I'm definitely in need of some patience. So I'm going to take that into my practice this morning. Saying mentally, I am patient. So whatever word resonates with you, you are welcome to also choose the same as me if you need it today. Whatever word you need to hear in this moment, saying this mentally now. And slowly releasing any control of the breath here, coming back to your natural flow. Inhale and exhale throughout the nose. And in your own time, gently releasing the mudra, releasing the hands, palms facing the sky. And slowly opening the eyes, bringing a soft gaze here. Lifting the heart open. Good job. And exhale, release. Facing palms down on the thighs here. We're just going to take nice gentle stretch throughout the spine and the neck here. As you inhale, you're going to pull on those knees. So really grip onto those knees with the hands as you draw the elbows back and lift the heart up. Start to lift the gaze up towards the sky, feeling that nice elongation throughout the spine. Option to take the gaze all the way up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, you're going to start to draw that chin towards the chest, keeping that spine nice and long. Slowly bringing chin towards chest. Let's go for two more. Inhale as you draw the gaze up. Your version may be just here for today. Maybe the neck is quite stiff and tense. As you exhale, drawing chin to chest. It's an area we hold a lot of tension and stress, so it's nice to get that release and stretch. As you exhale, drawing chin to chest. Feeling that lovely elongation throughout the upper back, the spine. Keeping the spine nice and tall, shoulders drop away from the ears. On this next inhale, again, we're really going to start to open the chest this time even more as we really open up the heart, bringing the gaze all the way up to the sky if you feel you can. And as you exhale, this time we're going to really bring the palms down the shins as we start to draw the navel in towards the spine, bringing chin to chest. So creating this cat or angry cat pose. Inhale as we slide the hands back onto thighs, draw elbows back, open up the heart and chest. Exhale as we round the spine, bringing navel in, tucking chin to chest. Really broadening through the collarbone here as we draw the elbows out, palms come down onto the shins. Let's go for one more. Inhale, open up. Open up that throat chakra. And as you exhale, round the spine, drawing navel in, bringing hands down to the shins, elbows out, chin to chest. On your next inhale, slowly coming back up as you draw hands, palms towards the thighs, and really stacking the vertebrae there, bringing the head and heart to the pelvis all in one line. Good job. From here, we're going to extend both legs out, coming into a wide straddle here. So finding a wide fold. So coming to your own edge here. So like a V shape with the legs. So maybe the legs are in slightly, just until you feel that nice deep stretch in the groin, the inner thigh, the hip flexors. And when you find it, maybe coming to the front edge of your sit bone. So really creating this external rotation of the thighs here. As you start to bring your hands to the tops of the thighs. Pressing the thighs back to create that external rotation. And just starting to flex the feet slightly. So the knees and the toes are facing up towards the sky. You may feel quite stiff and tight in the beginning of your class. And especially if you do practice a lot of sports and you run a lot, you will feel it here in the hamstrings and the inner thighs. So just grounding into this one now. As you press down into the tops of the thighs, drawing the thighs down, creating that lovely stretch, lifting the heart, and from here releasing the hands. We're going to move into our cobbler's pose, so bending the right and left leg, bringing both soles of the feet together, and we're going to start to walk those heels towards the pelvis. So don't worry if your hips are quite tight, you can start to walk the feet out away from the body, creating more of a diamond shape here. Just finding your own variation in this. And just be mindful, if you are rounding in the lower back, you can place a cushion or some sort of rolled up blanket even underneath the sit bones if you wish. Placing hands around the ankles here. Take an inhale as we come to the front edge of the sit bones there and start to climb them. Exhale as you draw shoulders down away from the ears, feeling this nice deep stretch. And when you're ready, take another inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to bend the elbows, start to draw the elbows out onto the shins as we start to draw the heart forward. So kind of sending that heart energetically forward. As you open it up. And as you exhale, maybe starting to fold. So drawing gaze down towards the feet. Using your breath here to go deeper. As you inhale, find length, lift the heart. And as you exhale, fold. Just letting the head hang heavy here, if that's comfortable. Otherwise, you can just keep the gaze up if there's any strain on the neck there. Just coming into this your own personal edge and really allowing yourself to hold those nice, smooth, even breaths. Even tapping into your Ujjayi breath in some of these will really help you to go deeper. Shifting into the front edge of those sit bones, sending the energy down through the hips. On your next inhale, slowly starting to roll the body back up, stacking the vertebrae one at a time, drawing the elbows in, finding a nice length here. Well done. Good job. So from here, we're going to start to come onto our hands and our knees, finding a tabletop position. So bringing hands in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips. So place my prop to one side. I'm just going to walk those hands out in front towards the top of your mat, tilting the hips forward. We're going to bend in the elbows and slowly start to draw the upper body all the way down onto the mat. So coming all the way down, chest relaxes down on the floor. We're going to extend both arms out either side. So both hands are in line with shoulders. Pressing energetically into the floor here. Bringing chin to the mat, or option to bring the forehead down. So what you want is to keep that neck nice and long here, head as long. So if it's comfortable for you, bring the forehead to the floor. Option to rest the forehead on a cushion there if it's more comfortable. And what we're going to do here is we're going to start to really open up the front body, the shoulders, the chest and the thoracic spine. So when you're ready, you're going to just press into the floor and start to draw that left foot up and start to bring it behind the body. So bring that left foot and tapping it over to the right hand side. Relax the leg down. This time bringing right over and tapping it to the left hand side. Relax it down. So we're just going to start to really open up through the chest, the shoulders. So allowing that left shoulder to come up as you draw left foot behind the body. Relax it down. We're just keeping nice and
strong and stable here, keeping the gaze down towards the mat so we're not tilting to one side. As you start to just open up the shoulders, the chest, the spine, finding this nice twist here. As you move through each side, drawing the left foot behind the body, relax it down. Right foot behind the body. Relax it down. Now let's go for 2 more each side. The last one. Exhale. Good job. Hold it here. From here, we're going to cactus the arms. So have a bend at the elbow, keeping the forehead down onto the mat, or option to just let it hover over. From here, again, same movement. I'm going to draw that left foot behind the body. So bringing toes behind the body, but this time we're really going to roll on to the right side. Taking our left elbow off the mat as we press into that left palm. So you're pressing away from the floor, and you'll really feel it here in that right shoulder here. So feeling that nice deep stretch on the shoulder blades as you open up the front body. Breathing here nice and deep for 1 more cycle of breath. Good job. Exhale, slowly release, allowing that leg to come all the way down. Relax the elbow down on the left side. From here, pressing into that left shoulder, left forearm, left hand. Relax the head down. This time drawing right foot behind the body as you tap the right foot down. And start to walk that right hand back towards the body. Come up high off that right elbow, pressing into that right palm as you roll onto the left side, opening the body towards the right. Pressing into that left shoulder. Feeling this lovely deep stretch in the chest area, the shoulders, and the spine. Drawing that foot back, breathing here for 1 more deep cycle of breath. And as you exhale, slowly release, drawing that leg down, relaxing the arms. From here, we're going to walk the hands underneath the shoulders. So I'm just going to scooch up a little bit. So bringing hands, I'm going to draw them a little bit down here. So bringing them nice and close, drawing the elbows in nice and close to the body, almost finding your cobra pose here. So bringing chin to the mat, taking inhale as we hug those elbows in and start to peel that chest up. Bringing the gaze forward here. As you exhale, start to lower. So nice and gentle with this movement, bringing chin to chest, chin to mat, or forehead to the mat, whichever feels more comfortable. Inhale as you peel the chest up. Exhale to lower. Just warming up the lower back here. Inhale. Really looping those shoulders away from the ears, holding it here for 1 more cycle of breath. See if you can really press away from the earth. As you come up higher and exhale to lower. From here, pressing into those palms, we're going to start to come up onto the knees and walk the knees back underneath the hips, finding our tabletop position once more. So bringing knees in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips, hands in line with shoulders, finding your tabletop position. So really pressing away from the earth, pressing into all 10 finger points here as you start to see the whites of the fingertips. Good job. From here, we're going to step that right foot back, coming onto the right toes. I'm just going to stretch out the calves here. From here, we're just going to tip forward an inch and then exhale as you tip back. So just rocking forward and back here as you feel a nice stretch on that right calf. Nice and slowly, coming into it at your own pace, moving with your own breath. Maybe going deeper as you exhale, feeling that deep stretch. Well done. Last one here. And exhale, slowly lower down that right knee. From here, stepping back on the left toes now, coming high up on the tippy toes. Inhale as you tip forward, rocking forward, and exhale, rock back. Stretching out the left calf this time. Moving in at your own pace. Finding your own edge here. Depending on how tight you are in your calf muscles. Breathing here, connecting with your breath. And on your next exhale, slowly release that knee back down, finding your tabletop once more. Well done. From here, we're going to extend that right leg back once more. And this time, we're going to really lift that foot off the mat. So bringing the foot in line with the right hip, send that right hip down. So really squaring off the hips here and have a soft bend in those elbows. Take an inhale as you start to lift that leg up and exhale to lower. So just pulsing the leg here. So really engaging the glutes, keeping the hips nice and square. Holding it here and pulsing for 5, 4, 3, strong in the core, 2, and 1. Exhale as you draw that knee in and start to bring that foot in between your two hands. You can use your hand around the ankle to walk that foot all the way up towards the front of your mat. So you're going to come up nice and high with that front foot. Send that left leg all the way back to feel a deeper stretch, untucking the left toes. So finding this nice low lunge here, depending on your own hip level here, your own hip mobility. There may not be enough space there, it may be quite tight, so if so, you can start to shorten the stance here or start to walk the foot out nice and wide to create more space, otherwise we're here. So I want you to make sure that that front knee is in line with the ankle, and we're going to hold it here for a couple of breaths. I want you to come up onto the fingertips here, and again, feeling that nice elongation of the spine, lifting through the crown of the head, lift the heart, send it forward. So we're not collapsing the chest on the thigh here, just breathing nice and deep into this one. An option to take that back knee slightly back, creating a deeper stretch here, deeper lunge. Good job. On your next inhale, we're going to sweep those hands out, coming all the way up, bringing hands together in prayer. Interlacing the fingers, release your index finger, creating these this peaceful pistol hands with the hands. And on an exhale, releasing the hands, framing that right foot. And from here, we're going to move into our half split pose. So sending the hips all the way back, coming onto the heel as you extend that right leg. So you really want to just come into this nice and gently here. This is a lovely one for the hamstrings, and they may be quite tight, so just coming into this nice and easy. Option to have a soft bend in that right knee, otherwise extending it here fully, and maybe dropping the gaze down. If the knees are quite tight, you can double up on the mat, bringing the knee down, create that extra cushioning, otherwise we're here. And just again, inhale as you lead with the heart, lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, maybe folding deeper. Sending the energy into that right hip as you work it back. Placing both hands down on the mat. Inhale as you lunge forwards, lowering down on that right foot. From here, we're going to take both hands inside that right foot. Heel toe that right foot all the way out to the right edge of your mat. So creating that nice space in between both legs. Opening up the hips here, finding our lizard pose. So here you're going to work that right knee out to the right hand side with that right arm. So press against that knee. Holding it here if that's comfortable for you. If you feel a stretch, then hold it. Otherwise, if you feel you can go deeper, coming down onto the forearm as you create that deeper opening throughout the hips and the inner thighs. And again, just holding these nice, smooth, even breaths. Tapping into that ocean breath here, your Ujjayi breath. Developing that connection with the mind and body. Creating more space to go deeper. And this is where we really build flexibility. When we hold these stretches for a lot longer than we would normally in a vinyasa flow. So we really create that nice elasticity in the joints, work the fascia, the connective tissues, and we feel massive benefits from these deep stretches. So just connecting with your breath now, holding it here for one more second. Exhale, release, coming back onto the hands. And when you're ready, slowly starting to heel toe that foot, Placing your right hand to the outside of that right foot. Heel toe the foot all the way towards the left side this time. And from here, we're going to come down on that right shin and knee, finding our pigeon pose. So bringing hands in front, and we're going to extend that back leg down. So kind of finding nice even weight in the hips here in your pigeon. And just coming up nice and tall to begin. Aiming to get those hips down towards the floor. So really sending the energy into that left hip as you start to square the hips up. Lift through the heart, open up the chest. Find length, and as you exhale, maybe you wish to come down onto the forearms, or maybe you want to stay up on the palms. That's perfectly fine. Otherwise, we're here. Option to relax the head on your cushion if you have a pillow there. Getting nice and comfortable in this one, feeling this beautiful stretch in the outer right hip flexor. Again, just sending the awareness into that left hip as you send it forward, creating that nice even weight in both hips. Breathing here nice and deeply. Developing that patience, that stability within. Holding these poses can be mentally quite challenging, so it is important to come back to the breath each time. Come back to your intention. It just helps to calm the mind as it races and wanders away. Don't worry, this is totally normal. When you're ready, inhale as you slowly lift the gaze. Press down onto the palms, releasing the prop, walking the palms all the way back towards the body. And from here, we're just going to start to sit on that right hip. And bring that left leg out in front, keeping the right knee down. We're going to draw that left foot outside the right thigh. Coming down onto the left sole of that foot. So you're pressing down on the sole of that left foot and bringing both sit bones down on the floor. If this is uncomfortable, you can extend that right leg out in front, just like this. As you draw the sole of that left foot down onto the mat. If that's more accessible, then go for it. I'm going to start here. So when you're ready, bringing both sit bones down into the floor, finding this nice length. So we're not rounding the spine here, really creating that lovely energetic line throughout the spine, the torso. And when you're ready, I'm going to just wrap my left arm around, or my right arm around my left thigh and knee. Bringing that left hand behind you at the base of the spine as we move into our spinal twist. Take an inhale as you find length throughout the crown of the head. And as you exhale, you're going to start to twist and move towards the left with the torso, head, heart and pelvis coming into one line here. So using the breath again to go deep into this one, creating space in the body. Inhale. And as you exhale, start to twist that a little bit deeper. Maybe drawing your gaze over that left shoulder. Good job. Keeping both sit bones down on the floor. And as you exhale, slowly release. We're taking that left foot out and back. We're going to come back into our tabletop position. So hands in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips, preparing for the opposite side this time. From here, we're going to extend that left leg back. So foot is in line with your left hip. Drop that left hip down so the hips are square. Soft bend in the elbows here as we start to kick that leg up and down. So just pulsing that leg here. So really nice and controlled as you engage the glutes and the core, knitting those ribs together. Pulsing here for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale as you drop that knee down and just start to bring that knee forward as you step that left foot all the way up towards the top of your mat. Bringing both hands either side and lunging deep into that left knee. Bringing knee in line with ankle. Again, option to heel toe that foot out slightly to create more space in the hip area. Otherwise, we're here. So you can start to work that back knee all the way back if you have more flexibility to do so. Then go first. So when you're ready, just coming up onto those fingertips as you lift and lengthen. Lift the heart, send it forward. So as if you're leading with the heart, as if you're reaching forward with the heart.
Lifting through the crown of the head. Breathing nice and deeply here, feeling this beautiful stretch in the inner thighs and the hips. Drawing the shoulders back. Inhale as you sweep those arms out, coming all the way up, bringing hands together in prayer. Interlace fingers, release index finger, finding your peaceful pistol hands. Gazes up towards the hands. And as you exhale, spread the wings as you draw hands either side of that left foot. From here, we're going to take that left hand inside left foot. Sorry, we're going to keep it outside. We're going to move into our half split. Almost forgot one. So we're going to start to, on an exhale, come down onto that left heel as you send the hips up and back. So nice extension of that left leg, walking the hands back here as you find your half monkey or your half split pose. So sending the toes to the sky, option again to have a bend in that knee if the hamstrings are tight, and working the energy into that left hip. So sending that left hip back. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Coming into this nice and slowly. Moving into that space of tightness with the breath. Using it to create more space in the body. And again, option to tap into your breath, your Ujjayi breath. Inhale as you come back up onto the fingertips, lift the gaze, and slowly drawing the left foot down, finding your low lunge once more, walking the hands up, and take that left hand inside the left foot. Heel toe that left foot out to the left hand side, finding our lizard pose. So here again, making sure that knee is in line with ankle. We're going to take that left hand inside, planting on both hands. Option to just come onto the fingertips if it's quite tight and not accessible for you to come down, don't worry. Using that left arm to push that left knee out. Feeling that lovely deep stretch, the groin and the left inner thigh. And if you have accessibility to do so, you can come down onto the forearms. And you may notice that one side is a little bit tighter than the other. You may not be able to get onto both forearms on one side. And that's totally normal, don't worry. You'll often find that one side is more flexible than the other in yoga. So it's all just about practice, building that strength, that flexibility, and of course that patience. Breathing here nice and deep. So visually seeing the breath move into that space of tightness and tension, working its way through any blockages or stagnation that you may be holding on to. We hold a lot of tightness in our hips, but a lot of emotional tightness. So there can be blockages there that we don't even know exist. So just really connecting with the breath on this one. When you're ready, planting both palms down onto the floor, exhale as you slowly come back up. From here, we're going to heel toe that foot, left foot all the way over to the right hand side, finding our pigeon pose, coming down on that shin and knee on the left side. And we're going to send that back leg all the way back towards the back of the mat. Sitting up nice and tall as you lift the chest, walk the hands back towards the knees, find length. Hold it here if you wish, otherwise coming down onto the forearms. Option to take your pillow or cushion if you wish to add more comfort in this, or otherwise just resting the forehead on the forearms. And working that right hip forward, so sending the weight evenly throughout the hips. Feeling it this time in the outer left hip flexor. Breathing deeply. One more deep cycle of breath here. Good job, everyone. On your next inhale, slowly lifting the gaze, bringing the hands back towards the knees. And from here, we're going to sit on that left hip and swivel that right leg out in front, bringing the right sole of the foot. Just going to scooch towards the middle of the mat.
Bringing that right sole of the foot to the outside of that left thigh. And again, even weight in the sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. The option to extend that left leg out in front if you wish. And from here, just going to draw that left hand around the outside of that right thigh, planting right hand behind you at the base of the spine. So really making sure that that spine is nice and long here. And as you exhale, start to twist, bringing the torso towards the right this time. So inhale, find length. And as you exhale, twist, moving the gaze towards that right shoulder. Otherwise, just keeping it towards the side of the room. Coming into this nice and easy here. Super one for the thoracic spine. Feeling this lovely stretch. Super for digestion and detox. And on your next inhale, slowly coming back towards center. Releasing the foot out in front and extending left leg out in front also. So we're going to scooch the bum back, coming to the middle of the mat and extending both legs out in front, finding our forward fold. From here, we're going to take a hold of our prop here. So you're going to bring your cushion all the way up, so tucking it up nice and close towards the belly and the chest area. And an option, if you wish to double up on the cushion, you can, if you are quite out in the hamstrings. Otherwise, you're just going to leave it like so. So again, coming to the front edge of those sit bones, spine is nice and tall. Inhale as you draw both arms up towards the side. As you exhale, and hinge forward from the hips and fold. Finding this nice deep hamstring stretch. Placing both hands either side of the legs. Option to take the hands around the shins, ankles, or the soles of the feet if you wish. And just relaxing the hands, cradling the cushion with the hands, relaxing the forehead down. Just allowing yourself to get nice and comfortable in this one and just relax into it. Super one for the nervous system. Creating that lovely rest and relaxation throughout the body, but also feeling that stimulating stretch and sensation in the hamstrings. Just breathing nice and deeply into this. We're really hinging forward from the hips. Finding your own personal edge. Taking 2 more deep cycles of breath here. If your hamstrings are particularly tight, you can really double up on the cushion to allow you to just come as far as here. Just allowing yourself to relax in the pose so you're not feeling any discomfort whatsoever. On an inhale, slowly start to roll the body back up, stacking the vertebrae one at a time. Round the head up last, releasing the cushion back. You can actually place it behind you at the back of your mat. Placing both hands either side of the hips, scooch the bum down, coming down onto the soles of the feet, reaching forward with those hands. And change the music. And on an exhale, we're going to really tuck the tailbone in, draw the navel in towards the spine, and slowly start to melt the body back down, one vertebrae at a time. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Relax the head down onto the cushion. We're going to walk the heels up towards the glutes, and draw the knees in towards the chest. Take a hold of the knees with the hands and start to really bring those knees in towards the body. Sending the soles of the feet to the sky as we draw the legs out nice and wide. Bringing hands and arms inside the legs as we reach for the outside of the shins, the ankles, or the soles of the feet. Finding our lovely happy baby pose, so feeling that nice opening in the hips. Option to rock from side to side if you wish. Massaging out the lower back. Feeling this nice stretch. Option to take the 2-piece fingers around the big toes. And if you wish to extend the left leg as you bend the right. Creating that nice stretch in the back of the left leg. Option to bend that left knee in and extend the right. And when you're ready, slowly drawing both knees in, hugging the knees in towards the chest. Gentle rock from side to side. And And when you're ready, releasing the hands, releasing the legs, nice and slowly coming into your Shavasana pose. Finding stillness here. So you're extending both legs out, bringing feet wider than the hips, toes are turned out. Hands and arms are in a soft V shape, palms are facing the sky and away from the body. Drawing the eyelids closed here if that's comfortable for you. And just taking in this beautiful stillness now as we moved through a lovely yin style of yoga. A deep stretch throughout the entire body. So just allowing yourself this time to lie in this stillness, reaping the benefits of your practice. Feeling that fresh energy flowing through the entire body. Nourishing the fascia, connective tissues, joints, the ligaments. We gave such a deep stretch to. And again, just coming back to your breath here. With each inhale and exhale, allowing yourself to become more relaxed, more comfortable, more at peace. Breathing nice and deeply here. Allowing all the muscles in the body to relax and soften. Relax and soften the muscles in the face, particularly the lower jaw. And if you have the time to stay here, I highly recommend you do so. 10 to 15 minutes can be so beneficial to the rest of your day, your overall feeling, your overall mood. It's a really nice way to seal your practice. Otherwise, you can join me as we invite some movement into the fingers and the toes. Taking a gentle stretch overhead if that feels good for you. Maybe moving the head to the right and to the left. And when you're ready in your own time, gently bending the knees and coming over onto your right side into the fetal position, keeping the eyes closed here. Pressing away from the earth as you slowly come back to a cross-legged seated position, just as we began our practice today. This time bringing hands together in prayer, pressing against the palms, really engaging those arms and the forearms as we take those elbows out, right to left. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. Option also to take your Shuddhi Mudra once more as you bring your middle finger to thumb, resting hands on the thighs. Uniting that element of fire and connection. Creating that lovely sense of patience, understanding, stability, and discipline within. Trusting in the process, in yourself, in your own body, in your own mind. And know that everything, everywhere you are, is exactly where you need to be. You are exactly where you need to be in this moment. Bringing hands together in prayer, if they're not already there, bowing chin to chest. Showing gratitude to yourself for showing up on the mat this morning. Gratitude to your bodies for taking you through this practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this deep stretch, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. Namaste.